Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple of world-class weirdos in love that love reacting to some World of Warcraft.
I mean, he said it spot on. World-class weirdos. It's true.
And this is part 13 of our World of Warcraft journey. Some new cutscenes came out for World of Warcraft. I thought it was done. I thought they weren't going to have any new stuff until the next expansion comes out. But then we were told that 3 new videos came out, so...
And because it's World of Warcraft, guess what that means? It is time for the Whiskey Warbringer.
Yeah!
In awesome mugs, which are so cold. I feel like I'm going to get frostbite from this, but it's awesome.
And if you want a nice mug for yourself, for your own Whiskey Warbringer, we got down below in the description of this video, we got links to those, and it also supports the channel, so cheers.
Cheers. These are probably too frosty for you to see, but they're actually Lord of the Rings mugs. So
Yeah.
I have the Prancing Pony.
And I have the Green Dragon. And if you want all of our World of Warcraft reactions, including our World of Warcraft journey, go ahead and check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. So yeah, let's check this out.
Let's do it.
Why are you here, Anduin? Your kingdom and your friends are awaiting your return.
My friends, the ones I almost killed, they believe my hands are clean, but they don't feel clean.
It is perilous to confuse what you are made to do with what you choose to do.
How can I not when it all blurs together? It was so horrific and exhilarating.
Oh, wow.
And it sickens me to think that satisfaction may have been mine.
Ah, so that's why you've come. You fear you might not be who you thought you were.
I'm starting to wonder if I ever knew. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid that if I call on the light, it won't answer.
It's like Pike in
If I have no trust in
Vox
myself,
Machina.
how can I expect my kingdom to trust me? To put their faith in me when mine has faltered?
Must you bear that weight?
A king does not have a choice.
No choice? I thought you believed in free will.
There's always a choice.
Yeah.
Just might not
Only
like the
time to think.
consequences.
About many things.
Anduin, I have faced who I was and accepted what I've done. Now, the work begins.
Yes, it does.
I feel like you've done far worse than he has.
Farewell, Sylvanas Windrunner. Until our paths cross again.
Almost seemed like they were friends there.
Little lion.
Taronda Whisperwind, you came to my realm in pursuit of justice. Did you find it?
I came here seeking vengeance,
Yeah.
but within these groves, and by the light of Elune, I found something I feared lost. Hope.
And thanks to that choice, a sister's bond, once broken, has been mended. This tear was born of sorrow. Now it shall become a vessel of renewal. These souls were saved from the darkness of the world. Unto them I have offered eternal tranquility in the bowels of Ardenweald. They have chosen instead to become part of a new beginning for their kin.
So they're all gonna be part of the Soul Crystal?
What a cool visual.
Yeah. This whole place is very beautiful.
This seed embodies the cycle of death and life. I offer it to you, Duranda Whisperwind. May it bring your people happiness and peace.
Interesting choice, cycle of death and life, rather than life and death.
On behalf of all the Kaldori, I thank you. Andu Falador.
She's got such a cool design too, the winter crane.
Yeah, yeah.
Just with the antlers and the, I mean, very cool.
Within this hall, we shared ceremonies, celebrations, and tragedy. I loved my family, and on one fateful day, I lost them all. Now I am all that remains of the once proud Menethil line. The last heir to a legacy that ended in shame.
I'm not familiar with this character.
So you ran away from the pain. I did too. But it was only when I stopped running that I understood. Those people out there, they're my family now.
But will they ever truly accept me, bearing a name forever stained by a brother's sins? Just as these flagstones are stained by my father's blood.
Is she into
We
his
are
sister?
all the same here, Kalia.
No, I think she's...
Seeking our place, despite everything we've lost. But it's a long road, and we will need your help.
Then let us find our place together.
As Forsaken.
Who are you?
Is that the throne room where Arthas killed his father?
Yes.
So is she Arthas' sister?
That makes more sense than Anduin's, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not from, you know, part 13 of our journey, and we feel like we've covered a lot, but we've covered like 0.01% of this world. So yeah, a little confused on who she was. I think that's Arthas' sister, but I'm not sure. And now she's going to be the leader of the Forsaken, it seems. That's another sort of group that we haven't gotten a lot of. We haven't got a lot of trolls, dragons, or Forsaken in our journey that we've covered so far.
Well, is she going to be the... So the way that they worded it in the script, it was, and be a leader as Forsaken, rather than for Forsaken. So I'm curious.
Oh, okay. I think Forsaken is a group, is like a class, like because I think Sylvanas was part of the Forsaken.
Ah, okay.
And then I think she was leading them, and then now, like, you know, then she went off on her little like, kind of crazy tangent, and then, but again, you know, correct us if we're wrong, and obviously, you know, fill us in some more. But what'd you think about these?
I really love the scene between Sylvanas and Anduin.
Agreed.
It was so interesting to see them recognize their strengths and weaknesses within each other.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Anduin beating himself up for a fraction of what Sylvanas did, equal to or greater than she would ever beat herself up for it. So I think having them sort of on this even playing field and comforting each other in sort of an odd choice given their animosity towards each other, but I love the scene. I like seeing Sylvanas in her kind of new role, her rebirth, I guess, as a halfway decent person again. You know, and I think Anduin was asking some really poignant questions of himself as a leader, but it's the fact that he's willing to ask those questions that tells me he's still ready to be a good leader.
Well said.
I mean, not asking those questions and just being like, yeah, what I did was wrong, but who cares? Or,
Because I was mind controlled or whatever, so that's fine.
yeah, or to say like, I'm always right. No human is, so I mean those would be far more concerning than to say, I've lost trust in myself. How can I ask of it from anyone else?
Him admitting the fact that he kind of liked, you know, like some of it was exhilarating and he kind of liked that feeling was good because, I mean, sometimes when you do bad things, there is that, like, rush or whatever, and like that's what makes the, you know, the certain things like addictive to people. That's why some people like are kleptomaniacs or whatever. It's because like they can afford to, you know, what they're stealing, like, and what they're stealing, it might not even be that expensive, but it's like what, like, it's just the fact of like getting away with it and like stealing something. What I really liked though was like how that scene started when Sylvanas said the word friends, like she's like your friends. It was so kind of like wistful, as if, you know, Anduin has friends and has people to go back to, and Sylvanas has nothing. She has no family, she has no friends, she has no people. She, like, you know, is like forsaken everything that she, you know, has ever been a part of. And but Anduin kind of hasn't gone down that road yet. And Sylvanas is like, look, you don't want to end up like me, dude. Go back to your friends.
Well, I think it's also, you bring up an interesting point. I mean, I think with Anduin, it felt like very obvious mind control. With Sylvanas, it felt sort of like, kind of like Iago in Shakespeare's Othello. The person wasn't totally controlling her, and yet it was kind of like dripping poison in her ear to play off of her worst instincts and, you know, propping up the ego in the wrong way and things like that. And, you know, those are it's a very human tragedy, which, you know, we see in Hollywood celebrities and politicians and people who just get so big and who are surrounded by people telling them you're always right and wonderful and you do everything perfectly, and it warps your reality to something very not reality. And I think, you know, Sylvanas having that kind of, it takes a great fall to kind of get slapped back into it. So she's coming from a place of far greater wisdom than Anduin at this moment because she's hit rock bottom. She has no one, and friends are important. So.
And what was the tier that the Winter Queen gave Tyrande? I mean, so like they all the souls like that were rescued from the Maw, which wasn't Sylvanas kind of in charge of that, like rescuing all the people that she had burned alive or whatever in that tree from the Maw and like bringing them back, because like you said. She said the cycle of death and life, because like they were dead before, and now I guess they're like, you know, alive in this crystal or whatever to like help.
Well, yeah, that's what I wasn't clear about, because she said I've offered them tranquility, a lifetime and endless tranquility, which to me sort of sounds like I've offered them heaven, essentially. Like
resting in peace. Yeah,
there will always be peace, and you can live in beauty or whatever, or you can go help your people, and they're going back to rebuild their race of people, but they're going in a pod. So I'm a little confused. Like, when I think of repopulating the planet, it involves certain acts, which you don't do from a seed. So are these people like plants, and you just like sprinkle the seed and they're gonna grow? And
curious about that. But I think Anduin and Sylvanas are the people that we've learned the most about and like followed the most closely, so that scene had the most impact for sure.
And I mean, I love a good redemption story. So if Sylvanas can actually be redeemed, which she's on the path to it. I mean, I can't say that I'm totally Team Sylvanas, but I am liking her more now than I ever did before. Well,
I like what she said. It's like now the work begins. It's like, okay, now she's on the path to redemption. She's not redeemed, but she's like, you know, okay, now she can at least like start a path to maybe get redeemed.
And I think that's really key too, because like, when you've wronged someone, whether it's one person or a group of people, or you've done something bad or whatever the case may be, like, the first step is to admit what you've done.
Yeah.
And then you have to fix it. It's not necessarily a single step process. Like, you have to make amends.
Agreed. You have to let us know what you thought about these down below in the comments. And if you want more of our World of Warcraft journey and reactions, go ahead and check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for our World of Warcraft journey part 13. Just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive. Cheers!